Did you get to see the high school, though?
We drove by the high school. It was very, very nice. Brought back some old memories, but
All your documents at work, you can just write your name with HOF behind it, right?
I'm going to start doing that.
So, Lori, we're so proud of you coming back, and we've been talking. This is your first time back in Red Oak, a long time. Get to see some of the new facilities, what have you. But, just looking at your career record, you really played tennis, and really maybe the peak time of Red Oak dynasty as far as tennis.
It was a great time to play, definitely. And I feel like Red Oak has always had a strong tennis program. I stopped at Dan and Nita's house today, and I got to see their garage, which is pretty much a shrine to tennis, but it dates back, and there were just so many amazing players over the years. So.
Yeah, and of course you're talking about Coach Dan Martinez and Nita Martinez. But, yeah, and I looked at your record just for the folks. Your career record, again, I couldn't believe this, 150-9. And I asked you earlier if you remember just the losses and not the wins. That's probably not fair. But 159 and then 55-5 in singles and 95-4 in doubles. That's amazing. And then you were on a team that was highly competitive. Your practices might have been more competitive than some of your matches. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say, definitely.
Who were some of your teammates back then in that era?
Mickey Pillar, Janine Pillar, those were my doubles partners that we won state. Emily DeBull. I mean, we had such a strong team. Kara Moberg, a lot of great players. Yeah,
and I guess also as a team, I think you guys finished second, third, and second as well. You were right there in the mix for team titles as well.
Absolutely.
Where did they have the state tournament back then? Where was it held at?
Oh, gosh, you're going to really recommend.
Cedar Rapids?
Cedar Rapids, yeah. Wait, no, that was, no, because that was for
volleyball. Somewhere in eastern Iowa. It's always over.
That was a different state tournament, man. That's Cedar Rapid volleyball,
Yeah.
Your Hall of Famers go to a lot of state tournaments.
I was listening to the pregame festivities with you, and one of the things that struck me, Lori, was the impact they talked about, not just how phenomenal you were on the tennis court. And by the way, volleyball, you were on 2 state qualifying volleyball teams under Coach Spangenberg, but the tributes given to you as far as mentoring and being a role model for some of the young girls, the Pearson girls, who are Hall of Famers in themselves, coming up. I thought that was just amazing, that there's some kids that looked up to you, and now here you are in the Hall of Fame.
It is pretty cool. They lived down the street from me. I used to babysit them when they were younger. So, yeah, it's amazing to see other kids grow up and love the sport as much as I did.
Yeah. I see you had your mom and dad here. And where they live? Are they down there in Kansas City with you?
They're in Kansas City half the time and then Florida half the time.
And your husband? So tell folks your husband, your kids, all that stuff quickly.
Yeah. So my husband Jordan was here today, and our daughter Layla, our other daughter Caroline, had some family that was in town today that she spent some time with. So.
And how long have you been in Kansas City now?
Oh, gosh. I've been in Kansas City. Whew, you're really going to ask me this, huh? About 20 years.
And you also said you're still playing some competitive tennis a little bit. Is that right?
I had been prior to the kids. I feel like I've taken a little bit of break because all my time's focused on them. But I was playing competitive about 5 days a week before that.
Yeah. Where did that love of tennis come from?
Oh gosh, that'd be my dad getting me on the court when I was about 5 years old. But everybody in my family to play tennis. So if you're playing pickleball, you're playing ping pong, and my family's there, good luck.
Anything with a net and a paddle or a racket, you're playing it pretty much.
Those games
Definitely.
get pretty intense, pretty competitive.
Always, everybody in my family is. So
So when you look back, Lori, on your entire high school career, not just your tennis career and volleyball, but what kind of memories do you look back on in terms of your time in Red Oak and going to high school here?
it's just the friendships you make, especially with sports. You have such a bond with these girls when you play competitive with them, like all the emotions that go into it. So, and just coming back here, I was filled with that emotion of what I had back in high school. It's such a great community. You can tell everybody's so close-knit, kind. So it's been a great experience being back.
And if I'm correct, your career ended almost right prior to the YMCA building being built here in Red Oak. Is that correct?
It opened right after I left. So I came back in college when Andy Roddick was here and saw it. And I was like, man, that would have been nice
Well, I
to
say
have.
that because, it's such a luxury to have that now. I mean, the weather does not impact tennis in Red Oak anymore. If it's bad weather, just come inside. You've had to play in all those elements out there, wind days, rain days, made you tougher, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, it definitely, made you stronger in your game, but it would have been nice to play indoor.
Yeah, it's definitely a good facility. So, looking back now on your career, I mean, is there any particular, I mean, you could go, I guess, to the state championship, but there's anything kind of just stands out to you that you kind of, when you have to have some good thoughts going through your head, that you think back on any particular matches or any particular wins that you had that really kind of you remember the most?
Remember the most? I mean, always going to state, remembered those the most. The loss at the last state was probably the one that I remembered.
Because your senior year, you finished second, right? Because you were the two-time defending state doubles champion. You come in your senior year with Janine Pillar, right?
Yes.
Get to the championship match, and you got beat.
Well, and then we ended up playing them as a team and easily beat them right after. So, but no, all the wins, amazing. But it was just more spending time and building those relationships and going to state with volleyball. I mean, that was always a fun time, too.
And that's had to be a difference because that's truly a team sport in that volleyball. Who are some of the volleyball players back in that area?
Oh, gosh. So, let's see. We have the Pillars always. There was so many different. Nicole Barr was a great player. Kara. But yeah, there was so many.
Yeah, and again, Angie Spangenberg, Hall of Famer herself, and of course that all those programs you were involved with, volleyball, tennis, are still strong to this day in girls athletic in Red Oak, and it's wonderful to have you back in Red Oak and enjoy a wonderful Red Oak football team.
Oh my gosh, they are kicking butt out there. Can I say that?
Yes, you can say that.
Okay.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ron.
I'm going to say, so your weekend, you had a good weekend. What did you enjoy the most? You're in the parade today. How'd that go?
I had a lot of fun in the parade. I got to see some faces I hadn't seen in a while, so that was amazing. The weather was gorgeous. The entire day I absolutely loved, and just being able to share that with my family, it was something I'll never forget.
You'll have to move back. See, now you just move back to Red Oak. Get them in school. You got an indoor tennis facility. That'd be great. So,
I know.
But no, we are just so glad, and you're such a good representative for this class in Red Oak Hall of Famers. Less than 100 Hall of Famers in the entire career of Red Oak High School. So, when your bio came through, I said, absolutely, you're a state champ, two-time state champ. That's quite remarkable. Yeah. But it's not just the winning, but it's the way you handle yourself. So, very good to meet you.
Thanks for coming up and stopping by.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Enjoy your weekend. And now I got to ask you, are you a Cyclone Hawk fan? What kind? I always ask people what kind of, or maybe you're not a big college loyalty type thing.
Not a huge college. My husband's huge Huskers fan.
Oh my gosh!
I'm more of a Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan.
There you go.
Smart, very good. Well, Lori, so nice to meet you, and welcome to Red Oak. And we're so just proud of you to be a Red Oak Hall of Famer.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lori. Lori
you.
Larson, Hall of Famer, with us.
You guys want a picture?
Yeah. Good job, Lori.
Hang
statistician now, Jeff Gigstat, Mr. Gigstat, with us here. So, what are you
How's it
seeing
going,
down
guys?
there?
Pretty good game. Tigers were a little rough at first, kind of settled in after a few penalties, and definitely cleaned up and in control big time now.
That's my question. How many penalties on the Tigers in the first half? What'd you have for?
First half, I had 14 penalties.
And we shouldn't really focus on that because it's 33-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
They played really well, but
Yeah.
So what
definitely
are
hurt.
you looking at the stats there, Jeff?
Red Oak had 19 first downs so far, about 33 rushes, a couple hundred yards, 206, 4 receptions for 90 yards. So definitely doing well on the offense. Defense hasn't been on the field too much here. For Red Oak, you've got Riley Fouts, 21 rushes, 137 yards, 3 TDs. Chase Roeder, 6 for 27. Dawson Bond, 4 for 26. Passing, Roeder got 6 for 11, 103 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Landon Cowse, 1 for 44. Dawson Bond, 1 for 27 yards with a touchdown. Braden Woods, 2 for 19.
how many receptions does Dawson have? 1 reception?
Dawson's 1 reception, yes.
So
Yep.
I think, according to the coming game, I had him for 4 receptions, 4 touchdowns. Is that 5 receptions, 5 touchdowns? Am I correct on that? We'll have to double check
Yeah,
that.
I think so. Yep.
All right.
And for Shan, so far 11 for 41 on rushes and 3 for 18 on passing yards. 18 yards passing, sorry.
What's the tackle chart look like?
We've got leading is for us is Dawson Bond is leading. We've got Roeder, Dante Bauckham, and Braden Woods, Adam Byer,
How many
Jack
tackles?
Schmidtke.
How many tackles for Bond?
Bond, I think I have 6. He's doing pretty well. He's leading by far. Roeder had a couple key tackles.
Yeah, he
though.
did.
Yeah, he
really
did.
made
Absolutely.
some good plays. And so
Yeah.
did Braden Woods. You know.
Absolutely.
nice.
They came from several of those plays you mentioned. That they covered a lot of ground with that team speed that we talked about to make some plays there. But, Jeff, one thing we noticed, Shenandoah is a real young team. They've got a lot of freshmen, sophomores out there. And, yeah, it's 33-0. But those are some talented kids out there. They're just
There are.
They're
They do
young
have some good kids.
freshmen,
It's
sophomores.
unfortunate number 10 went down.
Yeah, absolutely. We
hate to see that with anybody.
We haven't gotten a report, but Blake Harold, their all everything player, was injured early in the game in the first quarter and was carted off. And we have got no word on him, but our thoughts and hopes
Unfortunate, certainly.
are best to him.
Yep.
So
Very good,
Jeff. We'll get you down there second half, and if Fertile gets out to that 35-point lead, we'll get a running clock situation. But thank you for what you're doing down there.
You bet, guys.
Thanks, Jeff.
Keep things under control on the sideline.
That's Jeff Gigstat.
Thanks.
Gigstat with us. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. And so there you go, Matt. Thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break here. They did put a couple of minutes on the clock. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Have some
after this.
scores too.
Red Oak, we're at halftime. Red Oak leads 33-0 over the Shenandoah Mustangs. Got some scores for us, Matt?
Yeah, first quarter scores. Corinda 16, Clark nothing. We talked about that one pregame, and good test down there. Corinda's a tough 1-2 team, but they're up 16-0 on Clark, looking for their second win of the season. It's Stanton Essex over Griswold 14-0. That game's down in Essex. Here's a little bit of surprise. East Mills over defending state champ Cam 14-0 again in the first quarter. Harlan Cyclones, Class A number 1 ranked Cyclones, are up on Glenwood 21-7 in the first quarter. It's Southwest Valley, and this is a typical score of this game, 6-0 in the first quarter. Those are usually low-scoring, tight defensive battles when Southwest Valley hooks up with St. Albert's, but right now it's Southwest Valley on top, 6-0 in the first. Then it's Riverside, the Bulldogs, out on top of Sydney in the first quarter, 13-0, and it's Fremont Mills over Bedford 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. So we'll keep you updated on those scores. And like you said, at the end of the game, we'll have the Stadium 34 scoreboard show with all the recaps and updates and latest scores on the games happening in Southwest Iowa tonight.
Okay, Matt, the Shenandoah Mustangs are huddled up over there. What's being said in the huddle?
For Mustangs, I think, hey, guys, let's get in here. Let's grind our offense a little bit. Hang in there. Keep playing tough ball. They had some good offensive series there, made some turnovers. I thought for the most part, in that second quarter, they kind of did a good job maintaining the Tiger rushing game. But you're looking for those pauses. And I think the big thing for the Mustangs is when you lose your leader like a Blake Harold, it's important for that team to rally. And I'm, Coach Ratliff and his assistants are doing a good job with that. For the Tigers, it could be an opportunity here for some of the reserves to get some extended playing time here in the second half. We'll see how it goes. And I think I messed it up at the beginning of the game thinking that Shenandoah is getting the ball here, so I better be careful here in the second half. But it looks like Rogue's going to kick the Shenandoah. Of course, we've seen 2 onside kicks from the Tigers, so let's see if the Tigers fully kick it away here to start the second half.
And we'll see what happens. So here we go, Matt. 33-0 is our score.
And it's Landon Gigstat with the kickoff for the Tigers here.
And here we go.
My guess is he'll be kicking this away then.
I do believe, and he does. Puts a boot to it. Nice kick. Through the hands.
Tyson Shaw.
And picks it up, heads it up the field. Still on his feet, got a little room, and really gets a nice return, Matt, back to about the 27-yard line.
Dragged a couple guys with him, but that was Tyson Shaw in return for the Mustangs. So Mustangs have pretty good field position to start their opening drive at the 28-yard line here, going against that Tiger defense that to this point, 3.5 games
into the season. Yeah.
No points on the board yet given up by the Tiger defense.
Pretty remarkable, really. And the ball, like Matt said, is spotted at the 28-yard line. It's over on the right hash. You got receivers out left and right. Scamming a quarterback. Dickerson in the backfield. Player goes in motion. Shotgun snap. Kind of bobbled, but hands it off to Dickerson. Dickerson tries to turn the corner, but, boy, the Tigers are there.
Yeah, nothing there. Kind of the play wasn't executed well. The handoff there, and the Tigers just – all over on that play. No yards. Actually lost a yard on that. Cole Thornton from his right defense lane slot.
2nd and 12.
Doing a good job there, keeping things contained. And just so hard to get anything outside on this Tiger defense there, and they just can close gaps so quickly, especially with that linebacker speed when you got Byer and Bond and Bakken out there. And then also Roeder and Fouts in the secondary. Just a tremendous amount of defensive coverage speed.
Receivers out left and right again. Dickerson in the backfield. Jaden Dickerson, high snap, hands it off to Dickerson up the middle, but again, Matt, right
Thornton,
there.
Boy, Cole Thornton, 2 stops in a row there. He's all fired up. Good stop there on Jaden Dickerson. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 here.
It'll be 3rd and long.
3rd and long. 10:53 to play in the third. Red Oak leads 33-0. Got a good defensive stand going here for the Tigers.
Brandon Hernandez now out there at corner. Start the second half. Brandon his normal left cornerback slot.
And here we go. Scamming a quarterback again. Receivers left and right. Dickerson in the backfield for Shenandoah. Kind of a high snap, step back. Over the middle he goes with flag on the play. Pass is complete up to about the 35-yard line, but there's a flag coming in.
He'll be just short. Like this is holding the Tigers may decline it.
That was Spangler with the reception.
Good throw. Scammon really stepped into that throw, Aaron, and fired it. And a good catch by Spangler, but he was short. Let's see if the Tigers decline it now, create a 4th down situation. Coach Nordine said, I think he says they want to take it. Nordine wants that yardage back. So it's going to set up a 3rd and about, 16, 17 yards here. It's pushing the Mustangs all the way back to their 17-yard line here, Aaron.
Yep.
So again, when you have a defense like this, Aaron, typically most teams would decline that, take the 4th down. But when you have a defense like the Tigers, you say, why don't we take the yardage? We could try to hold them here and get a better field punt. I mean, that's the advantage you have when you have such a dominant defense like the Tigers have exhibited so far this season.
Coach Nordine has a lot of faith in that, and why wouldn't you, Matt?
Absolutely.
Receivers out left and right, scamming a quarterback, shotgun snap, steps back and almost intercepted by the Tigers. Fouts, Riley Fouts with the interception to the 20, to the 15. Fouts on his feet. He's going to take it into the end zone. Riley Fouts with the touchdown.
And that play was made by the pressure coming from Braden Woods. Had to get the ball over Woods, went into the hands of Riley Fouts, and Riley Fouts just took it to the house for a touchdown, a pick 6. Riley Fouts, same thing he did last year, not quite as long as the one last year, but another pick 6 against Shenandoah.
39-0 is the score with 9:50 to play in the 3rd. Riley Fouts, interception, takes it to the end zone, scores the points. Point after here, Dawson Bond lines up for the point after.
And with that score, that'll put this game into a running clock situation.
Looks good from here. We'll wait for the official word. It is. Red Oak leads now 40-0 at half.
Riley with 4 touchdowns on the game.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. Red Oak leads 40-0, 9:50 to play in the 3rd. Back to Red Oak, 9:50 to play in the 3rd. Red Oak with the lead 40-0, kicked away by Kigstad. Bounces, takes the Tiger bounce, and
it's going to be touched back.
Touch back.
So Shenandoah will get the ball on the 20-yard line for the 2nd series. And we will have a running clock situation here, 9:50 to go, Aaron.
Yep.
We have Mr. Bradford Doolittle, ESPN columnist and Red Oak grad, listening in. I'm assuming
wow.
Brad is in his downtown Chicago condo. Maybe he was at Wrigley Field today covering the Cubbies win. But, Brad, good to have you listening in and watching it on the live stream.
Very cool.
You've had him on Let's Talk Sports Show in the past.
1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line. You got receivers out left and right. Dickerson in the backfield. Hands it off to Dickerson up the middle on his feet. Again, that defense, though, Matt.
Not much there.
Gain of 2.
Yeah, Tigers controlling that defense. They're just clogging that middle. Schmidtke in there, the middle linebacker. Jack was a little late for the team bus and the parade today, so we just had him join in the YMCA flag football float. So he rode down the street with the. He kind of stood out from the flag football kids in his uniform a little
Jack's
bit.
6'5" and certainly stands out there a little bit. Receivers left and right. Dickerson in the backfield. Scammon takes a shotgun snap. Again, Dickerson up the middle. This time picks up a few yards on the play.
Good little line push there from the right side of the Shenandoah line. Get some positive yardage there on the Tigers.
3rd and 4.
Schmidtke again on the tackle. Egress on the tackle as well for the Tigers. Clock is in a run situation here, so Shenandoah has kind of a manageable 3rd down here. Have the choice of a little pass or a run here on their own 26-yard line.
8:44 and counting.
We haven't mentioned, but the Tigers have gone with kind of unique uniform look tonight, the black tops and the white pants. Typically they go black pants and black shirts, but Coach Nordy mixing it up tonight.
They're looking sharp, I think. Player in motion, shotgun snap to Dickerson again. Up the middle. Did he get enough?
I think
No.
he's just short.
Just short. There looks like they're going to mark it just short of the first down.
Wood and Bonds really had some good defensive penetration there, and just a couple inches short. Let's see if the Mustangs go for it to kick it here. They might go for it here. Try to take a little quarterback sneak and see if you can pick up, again, maybe less than half a yard here.
Yeah, less than a yard. Ball spotted on the 30, about the 29-yard line, I'd say. 8 minutes and counting. 40-0 is our score. Red Oak with the lead. 14 penalties in that first half, Matt.
Yeah, I didn't get the penalty yardage, but more than what they had last week, which there's
this kind of dive forward, but
there's a loose ball.
Loose ball. Tigers come away with it,
and
we'll see what looks like they're going to spot it.
Kyle Ryanbarger with the recovery. Their point, he was either short or they're going to give him the fumble, and it's going to be Red Oak ball either way.
Red Oak ball, yeah.
And we'll credit that with the fumble, and that was Kyle Ryanbarger, I think, with the fumble recovery. He was loose there for a few yards. The big guy was rumbling, stumbling. And
he had that last week too, Matt, if you recall.
I think he had touchdowns in his mind again, trying to be a Riley Fouts.
Ryanbarger, Kyler Ryanbarger, senior. Okay, here we go. Tigers are going to take over.
We got something. Tigers going like a power formation here, almost like a backfield.
Router to Fouts. Fouts still on his feet, rumbles up about 5 yards, still on his feet all the way out to the far side of the field, and gains about 7 or 8 on the play.
Chased out. It was kind of a unique formation there. I had not seen that from the Tigers. They had 3 in the backfield, almost like a wishbone type formation, but they give it to Riley, and Riley picks about a tough 8 yards there, down to what we call it, 16-yard line of the Mustangs here.
And here we go, 2nd and 4. 6:26 to play in the third. Receivers out left and right. Snap comes to Roeder. Fouts again up the middle. Got some room up to the 10, to the 5. Fouts, and he's going to be brought down at inside the 5-yard line.
Riley already with
Tigers first down.
4 touchdowns on the game.
6 minutes on the clock, 40-0 out of score, and Tigers knocking on the door again here of another.
I think you're going to see Riley again here. Riley with 4 touchdowns. He had 137 yards rushing a half. He's pushing 160 now on the rush total.
Receivers left and right.
Pass.
Pass out to the right. That's Schmedke, isn't it?
Kaus.
Kaus with the ball.
I think it's Kaus.
Is it Kaus? Yep, it is Kaus.
Kind of Tigers trying to go wide on that pass there. Mustangs did a really good job coming up from the defensive position. There was number 25, Ethan Laughlin. We've called his name several times. He's just a freshman. But you look at some of these Mustangs out there, Cole Graham, Ethan Laughlin, really good freshman class.
Ball's on about the 10-yard line. Receivers left and right. Snap again comes to Roeder. Hands it off to Fouts around to the left side. Tries to get around the end. He does. Riley Fouts.
Flag.
We have a flag on the play. Gets into the end zone, but we have a flag on the play.
Going to come back. They're going to get a hold out here, I think. Yeah, it's a hold. It's going to come back. You know, as I'm looking at the Mustangs roster, you know, some of the freshmen that we've called, you know, Zay McManus, Cole Graham, Ethan Laughlin, Trayton Foster, Levi Rystrom. I mean, this is just a tremendous group of freshman players they've got.
It's pretty remarkable, Matt, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, typically your freshmen aren't playing varsity. They're playing a freshman game.
You can see some good things coming here, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Receivers left and right. Ball's back on the 20-yard line of Shenandoah. Roeder rolls out to the right. Got a lot of pressure, and he's going to be brought down. And again,
Dickerson on the tackle there.
It's been a good defensive stand for Shenandoah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second kind of big sack they've had of Chase in this game, and push the Tigers back here, and it's going to create a long third down. It's 3rd and goal, actually.
Yeah.
3rd and goal.
And
I think the Tigers scored on a 3rd and goal in the first half about this distance. Let's see what they do here in this
ball's on the 31, Matt.
4:13 as the clock ticks down here in the third quarter.
So here we go. Receivers out left and right. Again, Roeder with the snap. Low snap. Looks left. Goes deep. Nice. Guys, that Woods threw
incomplete.
his hands into the end zone.
Yeah, looking for Woody. Good defense back there by Mustang. Yeah, just a little gimpy there.
I think maybe a cramp.
But good defense out there by the Mustangs. It looks like that was Xavier Martin to me out there breaking that pass up.
Very good. 3.5 minutes to play in the third. Red Oak with the lead, 40-0. That's our score, 40-0. Red Oak with the lead. Ball's on the 31.
And the Tigers are going to go for it here. Or are they going to try a field goal? They're putting the tee down at 40. This would be a 50-yard field goal attempt
Dawson Bond
by Dawson Bond.
From the right hash. 50-yard attempt from Bond. Snap. Kick.
Nope.
Nope, not going to get it. So it'll be a turnover here. And that's that position from Roeder.
It's like
it's a kind of a
if you
unique.
ever watch Yadier Molina catch for the Cardinals, he'll literally sit on the ground and with one leg way out when he catches a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Chase Roeder has going on there with that hold. He's kind of got the Yadier Molina type of squat there holding that ball. But nonetheless, the kick was way short. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line with 2:38 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers up 40-0.
40-0. Red Oak with the lead. So here we go.
So Tigers still going with the first-team defense out there. We now have not only Bruce's, we have Rays in the press box here. We have Rays everywhere,
Yeah.
and they eat as much food as the Bruces do.
The pan is empty over there. The pan is empty.
The pan is empty.
Here we go. Receivers left and right. Scamming the quarterback. Thompson in motion, hands it off Dickerson. Boy, he's hit. The Tigers are right there.
Yeah, Schmidtke on the tackle there, and Braden Woods on the tackle there for the Tigers as well.
Loss on the play.
And I think you just see the strength and the speed of the Tigers just really grinding here on the Mustangs in this half. Is not much going here for the Mustangs offensively.
Minute 45 to play in the third. Red Oak with the lead, 40-0.
But the crowd has hung around. The crowd has not left.
It's still absolutely what it was.
Just a tremendous crowd. And then you look to the north end zone, cars parked all along the street watching from there as well. So scamming back the pass.
Yeah, scamming back. Goes way out left end. It's going to be almost intercepted by Bergeron. Bergeron is right there in his hands, and then it's going to be brought down by the Shenandoah player.
Nice play there in the first down. Yeah, Bergeron had an interception. He bobbled it, and then it went into the hands of Zane McManus, and he catches it, and he gets a first down. So first down Mustangs at the 30. Not exactly how you draw it up, but nonetheless, it's a completed pass.
59 seconds. Continuous clock situation now. 40-0 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. And here we go. Kind of a pass out to, is that Dickerson?
Dickerson, a little toss pitch to
Dickerson.
Not
much there.
Covered well by the Tigers. Not much there. It'll set up a 2nd and 10.
35 seconds.
As the clock winds down here in the third quarter on homecoming night in Red Oak.
Dance after the game.
Dance after.
Kicking it old school is the theme this week.
And
we
need to announce who was. They did crown the king and queen.
Yeah, who was the king and queen? I don't know that.
Laney, I think it was Laney.
Laney and Dawson.
Laney DeVries and Dawson Bond.
King and queen.
I had the opportunity to visit with them last week in studio.
And I think that's going to be the end of the third quarter there.
That is going to do it. Yep, absolutely. End of 3. Red Oak with the lead, 40-0 here in Red Oak. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
That is the end of the third quarter. Your score, Tigers.
Come celebrate the first annual Oktoberfest at Jacqueline's, featuring many German beers along with German cuisine. This is an all-ages event that will include games and events such as Wiener Dog races and Best Dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at Jacqueline's starting at 11 a.m. just south of Shannon Highway 59. Pre-registration for Wiener Dog races are open today and will close on September 26th. Please call 712-581-9463 for registration and other inquiries. That's 712-518
little jump around. And the kids are jumping around. It's the band's here, the cheerleaders are here, the King and Queen Court is here.
People going to the concession
Hall
stand.
of Famers are here.
People lined up going to the concession stand. All right. Here we go, Matt. Fourth quarter, Red Oak leads 40-0, 12 minutes to go. Back at it here.
I formation for the Mustangs.
First time we've seen that tonight.
We're going to have a flag. I think Red Oak jumped there actually defensively, so that'll give the Mustangs 5 more yards here.
Yeah. Melanie was relating that to jump around.
Jump around. Yeah, they were jumping around. They jumped off sides.
And so it's going to be second and about 3.
Maybe we need to have a song, stay in place or something. Staying still. I'm still standing or something.
There. Shotgun snap will come to Scammon. Hands it off to Dickerson. Dickerson still on his feet, but really no gain on the play at all.
Tigers all over that one. Trying to see some of these. I think there's some new numbers coming in to the game for the Tigers here.
You're gonna have
I do not have a 62 on my roster. Do you have a 62 for the Tigers? I do not have a 62. It seems like every game we have a number that
there's always that number.
There's always that number that we don't have on our roster.
62 is Nolan Perrin.
No.
That's what I have on my.
Nolan Perrin 65. I'm thinking. But who knows at this point?
Scammon. Snap to Scammon. Steps back. He's looking over the middle. Got plenty of time. Going deep.
Wow.
Oh, and it was right there for Spangler.
What a good drop back and a good setup.
He has an arm.
He absolutely does. A good drop back, good strong setup, and a good step into his throw. And that was a bullet, Aaron, about a 25, 30-yard bullet down the field. I mean, that kid's got an arm.
That's
Absolutely.
what I said.
He could be a future Arkansas Razorback.
Hey, well, hey,
he could be a Razorback.
My Razorbacks have a game tomorrow that I hope they're not overlooking. Missouri Southern,
Missouri State Bears. Yep.
Out of Springfield.
Mustangs are going to punt here.
Punt away.
Kick is away.
Yeah, and
Tigers is going to let it roll, and it's going to get a good roll here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to
start
about the 20.
Carter Bruce's all-time punt record is again in jeopardy.
His state his state record is.
We're going to have to set up a big turbine fan at the end zone one night and have it blow in one direction. See if we could break Carter Bruce's 96-yard state record punt. That is the longest punt in state history.
10 minutes on the clock and counting. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game, and Red Oak with the lead 40-0 here at Russ Benda Field.
Tigers offensively still going, I think, with the first outs in the backfield.
Receivers out left and right.